Is that eye creature what what started the pregnancy?
This structure must have served an important function. And here are yet more crystals.
Probably just whatever was inside this place. Whatever experiments the
I too
Asians
noted
did.
the crystal repository on the way.
Well,
the Benthos
whatever
seem
the
to
Asians.
employ them in their spellcasting.
The giant people.
In such vessels did the ancients preserve concepts, ideal forms to be drawn upon in the act of creation. That so great an abundance should reside here lendeth credence to Ishtola's conclusion. This facility held great significance.
So, it was they who first summoned Hydaelyn.
Their discussion did seem to imply as much, yes. I cannot say I have ever heard of this Venar before.
For a certainty, Emmet Selk never uttered the name, speak though he did of the schism which Zodiark's advent wrought upon mankind. Some were of the viewpoint that his power must needs be restrained, and to that end did they call forth she who would serve as his shackles. We now know that it was this Venar to whom they looked for leadership.
And that this place, in all likelihood, served as their headquarters. The presence of such intimate records attests to that. I would hear what else they have to tell us. All of it. Did anyone see the source of the image? The device there? Then let us see what other secrets it holds.
Oh, that has some implications.
What? Forgive me, but did that not strongly imply that Elidibus sacrificed himself to become Zodiark's heart?
7 hells. Then who or what are we dealing with?
Maybe it's another Ascian taking the body of Elidibus. We're fighting a double Ascian.
Oh, Jesus.
The device appears to activate via a form of ethereal attunement, not unlike an aetherite. Beyond that, I can say a little for certain. Say that we should take this opportunity to see what other records it contains. No response. Confound it. If I may, my lady, the panel did formerly emit a soft yet perceptible glow. That it doth no longer may betoken the depletion of some essential energy within. Given how long it has lain dormant, I think it fortunate it functioned at all. That may be, but if we can't get it to work again, we'll be leaving with more questions than we've answered. The white-robed emissary hath ever named itself Elidibus. Yet if the shade spoke true, Elidibus ceased to be ere even the sundering came to pass. This calleth to mind the truth that Emmet Selk that did once reveal in passing, that the names by which we know our foes are not those given to Ascians at birth, rather they are titles of office, afforded to individuals of merit at such time as the role becometh vacant. Perchance the Elidibus at Zodiac's heart and the emissary with whom we are acquainted be not one and the same, but predecessor and successor. It's possible. If the previous Elidibus perished before the final days, the one we know could still be a survivor of the Sundering. And yet, something in that explanation rings false. I would remain for a time. I would not abandon my attempt to revive the device so soon. There is more to learn here. I can feel it. In matters of aetherology, I know none as capable as thee. If there existeth a means to learn more, thou wilt surely find it. Whilst thou art thus engaged, we shall attend to matters on the surface. You may now enter Anamnesis Anteater with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of this feature, open the Trust interface located under the Duty in the main menu. I really need to start doing those. Can we but uncover Elidibus' true origins, we may yet come to understand his designs. To that end, Yashola must needs to be afforded as much time as she doth require to complete her investigation. To the extent that such things are within our control, yes. Speaking of which, perhaps we might trouble the XIV for news of its progress with the spirit vessel. He would no doubt wish to hear of our own discoveries as well, such as they are.
Dare I ask what's going on?
Ah, excellent timing. For me, in any case. We have a problem. The vast majority of those gathered here are presently in the employ of the Guard or else one of the facets, and no longer wish to be so. In principle, all are free to change vocation at any time. But a city does require a certain number of people in these positions if it is to continue to function. For the moment, I have asked them to postpone their resignation until such time as replacements can be found. As you may have surmised, we have the Warrior of Light to thank for this.
It's you! The Warrior of Darkness! You understand, don't you? Someone's going to have to look after this place once you're gone. We just want to be ready to do our bit when the time comes.
And not only here, but everywhere. Which is why we've got to get out there and lend a hand to those in need. That's what you did, isn't it? Even if it was just little things at the start. You helped people.
Well, yes.
And we're trying to do the same. We may have our sky back, but there's no shortage of people who still need help. If we follow in your footsteps, then I choose to believe we too can be heroes one day. Even warriors of light.
What are we to say to that? We can hardly tell them they are mistaken. They seek but to do good, as you have.
But no more can we stand idly by and suffer a paragon's scheme to proceed unchallenged.
What's happening to the sky?
Ha!
Wicked White. Oh no.
By the 12.
A star shower.
I hear a voice.
You and all? And why does it feel like it's inside my head?
Hear? Feel? Think?
Oh no.
Hear it.
Me too.
Did I not tell you, my friends? You are warriors of light! You're back! What you hear is the voice of light itself, and it has blessed you with its power. Welcome to the fold!
I'm a warrior of light.
I've been chosen?
Can it be?
Me, a hero?
Wait! The falling stars, were they your doing? And why do you need warriors of light?
What, am I to reveal my plans simply because you asked? Nay, I think not. Though the stars, I acknowledge mine. A convenient illusion, apt to awaken what little is left of the power that once resided in your sundered souls. That which you and yours call the echo. And an echo it is, of a symphony, but a fraction of what men in their completeness once possessed.
So instead of us triggering his PTSD, he triggered our soul memory PTSD. Or, well, everyone's.
Even those among you who tower over others in the gift have only the faintest trace of it. But though sundered and forgotten through death and mocking rebirth, it has persisted. A whisper of our past, burned into your very ether, along with the sight of our end. Through the rekindling of memory, I have awoken the ability, just as Heidelin is wont to do when she has need of new minions.
The Echo hath ever been thought a gift from Heidelin, a boon granted solely to her chosen. Yet thou wouldst claim she merely awakeneth the power that men should hearken unto? Her voice. Given the perceived simultaneity of her call and the awakening of her chosen's capacity to hear it, it is only natural that we thus attributed the source of the gift. Yet if, in truth, the echo is a prerequisite for hearing her voice, one might surmise that her call never ceaseth, such that all who awaken to their innate gift might receive of the blessing of light at the self-same instant. In sooth, we bore witness to this but moments ago. At the sight of the star shower, full many in the crowd did speak of hearing a voice in their minds, did they not?
Just so. And whenever Heidelin has need of new servants, she is quick to pluck comets from the heavens or create illusions of the same.
Why then didst thou conjure this vision, full knowing that thine age-old foe would thus claim those awakened to the gift?
Foe? You must be mistaken. As you see, I am a warrior of light. And together with my comrades in arms, I shall save the world. Just like you.
I think he just wants to increase the number of warriors of light so he can cause the flood again.
Yeah, something like that.
Oof. Well, to go back to your question, I think it just depends how much magic a person has before technology is involved. Because apparently the Empire without magic has the highest technology, whereas the people with the higher magic live in forests and tree houses. I don't know. So maybe technology and magic is just an inverse correlation in Final Fantasy. The more Elidibus reveals, the less I understand. But that he has made a fine mess of things is plain. He is gone then. I managed to persuade a number of our would-be deserters to reconsider, or at least delay the departure, but as many are deaf to my entreaties. Young Thaler and Vonard among them, I am sorry to say. They have quit the guard. Nevertheless, I wish them well. Whatever Elidibus's plans then might be, the pair have only ever had the best of intentions. One can hardly blame them for thinking themselves heroes elect, not after having been blessed with the Echo. It's not as if they haven't shown the requisite spirit. I quite agree. Though the impetus for their certain departure may have been words falsely spoken, the men and women in whose footsteps they would follow are heroes in truth, warriors of light. Oddbert, yourself most of all. And so I would like to ask a favor of you. Speak with them ere they embark on their journey, and furnish them with what wisdom you can. They set off for the Amaro launch, but you should still be able to catch them if you leave now. Worth the effort, I'd say. If I recall correctly, the Elder Seedseer took the time to usher you out into the wider world many moons ago. I think that comparison rather flatters Thaler and Vonard, but the point still stands. They would doubtless be greatly encouraged were the Warrior of Darkness himself see them off. If thou art willing, I prithee go. Thou mayest safely leave the task of unfolding that which did transpire an anamnesis to us. You again? I mean, it's you, sir. Sorry. It's been a funny old day. You can be sure we'll take those words to heart. I still can't believe it. You're coming all this way just to speak to us. I swear we won't let you down. So long as it helps someone, we'll do what needs doing out there, no matter how small. And when larger threats loom, we'll be ready to face them. You see if we aren't. The past shall ever be revealed to those who are true of heart. We'll be off then. Farewell, Warrior of Darkness, and thank you. Thank you for making the effort. I'm certain your words will be a boon to them. While you were away, the others told me of your investigation. We have yet to discuss how to proceed, however. While your findings in Anamnesis and Anidash do raise important questions as to the identity of our adversary, we are no longer closer to discerning his design, nor do I know of any potential avenue of investigation. For which reason, we must needs trust to Ystola's ingenuity and wait for her efforts to revive the Ancient's device to bear fruit. What if I were to attempt to follow the emissary? Elusive as he is, his plan compels him to court public attention. Shouldn't be impossible to find. Especially for one of your experience. It does seem worth the attempt. Then I'll come with you. Safety in numbers. In combat, perhaps. Where stealth is required, the opposite is true. Happily, I don't plan on getting myself caught, so you've no need to worry. Alright, then I look forward to your return. And it sounds like the rest of us should avoid doing anything which might prompt Elidibus to look too closely at our movements. Insofar as it's possible, I recommend we limit our activities to the Crystarium. Speaking of which, Exoc, might I ask if you made any progress with the spirit vessel? Of course. We are presently studying the principles underpinning memory transference, and I believe nearing the requisite level of understanding. Less hearteningly, practical trials of transference methods suited for use with the vessel have yet to yield satisfactory results, to put it mildly. But there are still many promising possibilities we have yet to test. Indeed. Though it may take some time yet, we are well on our way to a solution. And I shall not rest until one is found. Though we are all grateful for thine unstinting efforts, thou needst not labor to the exclusion of all else. If it would serve to lighten thy burden, however little, I should gladly offer mine assistance. Quite. I, for my part, will do whatever I can to ensure that the Crystarium continues to run smoothly, in spite of recent disruptions. Then perhaps I could help. There must be something I can do, even if it's just guard duty. Thank you, all of you. I shall breathe easier for your assistance. Of course, on the evidence of the recent past, it will not be long before some new crisis arrives to throw our plans into disarray, at which time your services will be in particular demand. That being the case, perhaps you might take this opportunity to retire to your suite of dependents. Pleasure as always, Master Slime. I am relieved to see you were unharmed in the earlier commotion. Though, if I may, you do look somewhat weary. I presume you'll be retiring to your suite. You retire to your quarters? Yes. Very good. Do let me know if there's anything you require. A new eating quest is available from Yalford and Mortsuk. Master Slime, it's Glenard from the Wandering Stairs. I apologize for calling so late. A friend of yours was asking after you. You may remember them from that business with the cardinal virtues. Ciala. Good evening.
I don't remember her. I chose Lurik.
You after you do all the role quests, you unlock her quest line. I was in the etc.
Missed it.
I saw everything. Yeah, it's not a feature quest, it's a regular yellow quest. That was Oddbit, and it was not. Twice now he has appeared, calling the people to arms, speaking of heroes. I knew this day might come. Oddbit never did reappear as a virtue. But to see his flesh stolen by the selfsame Ascian that made mock of their sacrifice. I spent years searching for a means to redeem their legacy. His legacy. And in you I found it. You slew the virtues, reclaimed the stars. You spoke the truth, and the people listened. When I heard our patrons speak of how the Warriors of Light had been their saviors all along, I thought at last, at long last, I was a fool. I cannot ask more of you. Not after what you've given, but I must. Set him free. Lay him to rest with the others, in honor and triumph. Meanwhile, in the Crystal Tower's umbilicus.
Foiled again. If I cannot imbue the infernal thing with my power via magical means, we may need to devise a way to infuse the vessel with my blood after all.
Art thou unwell?
Or perhaps a brief respite? It wouldn't do to overtax yourself.
I'm fine. And given to stubbornness, I'm afraid. Especially when I have a stake in the outcome.
The hell? Either Xenos found his own version of the ruins on the source, or... No. Okay, no, it was a dream, I guess.
The dream again.
Thank God, I was worried that we had a stalker chase us all the way down to the first. Meanwhile, in the source. Thankfully.
A recurring dream. They do so fascinate me. Might I trouble you for the details?
I have always dreamed of it. Fire falling from the heavens, and the city, nay, the whole world ablaze.
Indeed. Could Emmett Selk have found a way? Precious few possess memories of the final days.
The final days?
Why, yes. Admittedly, my knowledge is mostly second-hand, but if you are interested, I will gladly tell you the tale. The tale of the world's end.